now we get Team Porsche, and they come from Karlsruhe Institute of Technology in Germany and Hasso Institute also in Germany.
All right. Welcome everybody. We are Team Porsche. Wow. Didn't we all look forward to this day? The final presentation after quite a hard work. 9 months ago, back in Germany, Porsche approached us with the following challenge. How might we please or even delight customers of electric premium sports cars by anticipating hidden pitfalls and identifying services that can be experienced in electric vehicles? And we, excited of course, began to work eagerly. Yeah, the challenge was fun from the beginning on, and we were excited to reinvent mobility as it is today. Or at least we thought we would. However, we quickly had to learn that the whole automobile industry is currently putting all their attention towards electric mobility, making it difficult for us to come up with concrete and unique solutions. On top, we also faced the challenge to talk to premium electric sports car drivers, a segment that does not even exist yet.
Come on, Toby, don't be no cloud on a sunny day. We solved it quite smart, right? I mean, circular reasoning. You take existing electric car drivers and combine them with existing premium sports car drivers, and voila! The future electric premium sports car customer, or as we call him, Daniel.
That's true, Max. And with that in mind, we set up and became a bunch of public psychologists. Interview with electric car drivers, interviews with Porsche drivers, and building and testing assumptions, like the range.
It's not a pitfall, it's more of a myth.
Maybe charging steps?
Also not a pitfall. Some people might even perceive it as quality time.
What about the price, Max?
Come on, we're talking about Porsche here.
Yeah, right. So maybe the sound?
Have you ever driven a BMW i3? Even that interesting-looking car sounds like something straight out of Star Wars.
But Max, then you must have some kind of problem, right?
No problems. Here's quite the expectations. I mean, he's still buying a Porsche, as you know. We're more talking about things like image, convenience, pleasure, and control here.
So why don't we go ahead and give him a cool car key or some fancy charging lounges?
Tesla is building already launches, and they also got rid of the key. We need something more innovative.
Yes, Daniel pictures himself as an innovator. So let's take a step back. When and where is he even driving his electric sports car?
Well, as it's not his first car, he mostly uses it for his special weekend trips to enjoy the tremendous amount of torque, handling, acceleration, style, speed.
Alright, I see, man. The trip like this has its own special character. So I would say it needs to be seamless. And we're talking electric vehicles here, right? So everything connected to your car must be convenient. Then it becomes the perfect trip. But see yourselves.
You know what to do?
Yes, I suggest a trip to the Santa Cruz Mountains and stops at Pigeon Point for the view.
Trip check. What about his calendar?
Calendar check.
Did you also check charging? I looked at all the charging stations in the area. If I met them on the route, we need to consider the following formula, the double sum of xij. Yes. I'm sure he can charge at the wine suite while eating there. Charging check. Yes. So we're ready.
Circuit happens under the hood so you can unwind. We do trip planning a little bit different, more holistically than it was ever done before. Our solution is electric vehicle unconcerned, seamless, and personal. We found out if we combine these three aspects in an easy-to-use smartphone application, that is exactly what Daniel is looking for. So let's dive right in with electric vehicle unconcerned. Talking to existing electric vehicle drivers, we found out that it's a great hassle to use all kinds of different information sources to plan your trip. If we map them on a symbolic graph, we have the y-axis with the electric car readiness, and we have the x-axis with the ease of use. We find the in-car range display here. Of course, electric car ready, right? But not so great to use yet. Then over here we have all kinds of different applications that provide you with charging opportunities. There's so many of them, it's a hassle to find the best one and the one you need right now. And then over here, we find the typical recommendation engines for trips or road trips. Those are easy to use, but let's be honest, not electric car ready at all. Then we have a no-go zone down here, don't go there, and a big space for improvement up here. And this is exactly where we position Circuit. We built the electric vehicle unconcern right into an easy-to-use smartphone application. So, integrating in-car sensors, battery status, route planning, weather, driving style. I could go on for a while here, but in short, we do everything that charging just happens. So, that's great, right? Let's move on to seamless. Great solutions are often not completely human-centric, and this is even more often the case if we talk about road trips. Because the perfect road trip, as we learned, is not only the road you take. It is more about the inspiration before the trip, the experience you make during the trip, and then in the end, what you take away from it after it's done. So, we created a user-centric and seamless way of inspiring, of planning, of encouraging, and also driving and reminding you about it. And we do this all in a simple smartphone application that is fully integrated into your car. So, the information you need, at the right time, and at the place you expect it to be. I'm telling you, this is pure magic. You look at your point, you get to your point of interest, you look at your infotainment system, and it tells you how to continue the journey by foot. And then if you get to the site, you look at it, get the fun facts on your smartphone screen, seamlessly, everything just happens. So, this is all great. An electric vehicle unconcerned, seamless road trip experience. But hold on, one more thing is missing. Because talking to customers of premium products, we found out we need that fully personalized experience. Because a great solution is only complete if you have an end-to-end personalization concept. So, what do? We get to know our customer. We get to know their preferences, and we get to know their driving styles. And I'm telling you, those driving styles are really important. Because some premium sports car drivers are in it for the curves, others for the acceleration, and then again others just for the scenic views, which is also fine, I guess. Then we go ahead and we recommend you with the perfect road trip experience based on your calendar. How handy. Our system works, right? But let me finish that presentation really quick before you go on your road trip. Well, of course, we adapt points of interest and restaurants to your taste, and we continuously learn through your whole customer journey. So everything happens just for you. Wow. Combining these three aspects, we provide you with an electric vehicle unconcerned, seamless, and personal road trip experience, or as we call it, a circuit. Everything happens under the hood, so you can just unwind. Thank you very much, and we're open for your questions, and meet us at our booth back there to experience the application. Team, come up.
Okay, team getting up on stage, and then audience. Any questions to this team? Oh, sorry, yeah, thank you.
Hey, I just want to say this is such a great idea, especially with a Porsche, but I'm thinking, I know the road trips are great, points of interest are great, but if I was to drive a luxury car, I would always question about parking. And I know this is something I've realized with so many of these apps, they can give you great destinations, but they never give you advice on where to park. And if I was to drive a Tesla or a Porsche or a luxury car, I would be so interested in recommendations for where to park my car so that it's safe from the weather or from, security purposes and stuff. Do you plan to implement that in this system where it's not only giving you trip recommendations, but parking recommendations?
Actually, this is a good point, but Porsche already has a service for that. It's called Porsche 360, and it takes care of such things. So reserving parking spots, reserving tables, and we actually integrate that and build up on that experience. So that is already taken care of, but great question.
Great, thanks.
Other questions?
Hi. How would you deal with somebody who lives in a city, has a Porsche in his garage, and doesn't want to do the same road trip every single time, or maybe has a favorite one and does how do you deal with the fact that somebody might be static and might not want to do a different thing every day, or might, yeah.
Actually, we provide you with different road trips, of course. You don't take the same road trip twice. I mean, of course, if you just love the experience, you probably do it again. But this is we take care of that, of course. We have a memory function, so you can just do it again. But we provide you with a different idea and a different road trip every time you need it. So this is fully customizable, and of course we add trips as we go, and those trips are also added automatically through our engine.
Thanks. Is it on or? That's not on? No. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So all Porsche don't need the tuning, but for the road trip. It looks like you could go also for a platform business approach. So I'm from Michelin, let's say. So how I can integrate, you have an API and then can become partner and joining the platform for the road trip with Porsche?
Yes, great question. Actually, that's one of our, it's the approach actually that we take for our app or our platform, as you might say. We definitely rely on points of interest as Michelin restaurants, for example, or hotels, depending on how long your road trip actually is. And that's definitely something that we're planning for, to accommodate restaurants, hotels, other points of interest that are really interested in getting those Porsche drivers to visit their restaurants, to accommodate for that, and then basically tailoring these trips around these restaurants.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead.
Hi. Who's planning this road trips? What's behind the app? Is it AI based, or do you have a team of people basically for the different locations making the first trips, everything ready?
I'll start with the conceptual answer and then I will give on to the technical answer. It's a combination of both. It is possible, for example, if you're a third party, that you plan a trip and that you integrate it with the app. But of course, we also do it automatically through our engine. And for this, I'm handing over to Max because he's our technical lead here.
Hey, thanks for the question. So actually, some of the apps you've seen in the diagram, we asked them for API keys, and we're using them, for example, Kalimoto and a better route planner for the route planning, and then TripAdvisor for getting the point of interest, and then we actually use a neural network to calculate, and put the personal preferences of you into the app, and then out of that comes through a neural network a route.
All right. Thank you. Excellent project and good job.